It's a fantastic privilege to be in Perpignan to show this work. It's amazing to think so many people are going to come and see these pictures and learn a bit about the conflict in Congo.
Merci, merci, bravo. Restez là pour stay for the picture.
So for the last 5 years I've been in East Congo, and the last 2 years have seen the resurgence of the M23 conflict. So the M23 rebels have been on the offensive. There's been very heavy fighting. Most of the lost territory, the civilians have been forced from their homes. And for many, it's like a generational conflict. This is the second or third time people have had to flee because of war. So this current outbreak of fighting has been really brutal. People have had to leave their villages, and often, this is very traumatic. Congo is in this very tragic milestone of 7 million displaced civilians across the country. And the M23 conflict in Nord-Kivu is just one of many conflicts, but this is 1.5 million people displaced, many of whom are living in these huge displacement camps on this very hard rock. There's outbreaks of disease, and it's a very unsafe place, especially for women. Many cases of sexual violence on the outskirts of the camps. There's militias and armed forces operating very close by, which means sexual violence has been high. There's very little protection for civilians. One of my favorite photos is always a picture of a wedding that I took in a town that has a real history of conflict and bloodshed, and for me it really represents the fact that communities don't lose hope in these situations. Another one of my favorite images shows a Red Cross doctor cradling and caring for a young boy who was injured in a really brutal artillery attack. So I think that's also not to lose sight of people doing positive things and very brave things for their community as well. Despite what looks like a huge scale of suffering, there are moments of bravery and positivity to be found.